Hello Rangers, we are back with another build video today. It is Tuesday the 28th of April and yes, that's another video out this week already. There we go, look, I'm trying to put more videos out, more build videos as fast as I can, but with the best quality as possible. We are back today and yes, today this is a good one. Explosive Tesla rifle, it's back. It actually is back this time. I've really streamlined the build for it. And you're gonna love it. You're gonna start seeing a lot of people use Tesla rifle soon because I don't think they'll patch this. Fractures is just a great 4-star mod, as I'll show you. I did a build video for it previously, but this one's much better now. I'm better understanding of how it works, and you know something's great for XP, and it's great for group mobbing, and it's even great for grunt hunts and head hunts as well. Just to test it out, and test it out there today. Let's go. It's the ultimate Tesla rifle build. Let's go straight into the specials. We're starting off with a 10 in strength, a 13 in perception, a 10 in endurance, a 4 in charisma, 8 in intelligence, 8 in luck, and 8 in agility, and a 3 in luck. The luck seems low, but trust me, we're not going to be using many fats in this because fats is unnecessary with this build, believe it or not. So let's go. Let's get straight into the legendary perk cards for this build. Let's not try and share a card though. There we go. Legendary perk cards. As you know, you need legendary perk cards to do my endgame builds. I do apologise. I am trying to work on beginner builds at the moment. I'm probably going to make a new character real soon. Just like a character what's about level 100, level 50, something like that. So I need to start making build videos for beginners as well. Especially for people who don't have maxed out legendary cards currently. So let's start from the top. Legendary intelligence, obviously, rank 4. Far-flung fireworks, enemies killed with a ranged weapon have a 20% chance to explode, so extra explosives there, explosive damage. We've got legendary luck, +5 luck, +5 luck, rank 4. We've got a legendary agility at the +5 agility at rank 15. And we've got a legendary strength there, capped at 15, rank 4, and a legendary endurance. Feel free to pause at any moment. These will be time-stamped anyway. Trying to make these build videos quicker for you so you're not having to sit around listening to me yabber on. But they are your legendary perk cards for this. Now, straight into the perk cards. A couple of different perk cards inside here. A couple of weird ones, a couple of non-weird ones, really. I don't need bandolier on. Why have I got bandolier on? Bear with me. Let me just find out why I have bandolier on. Open the spread, shotgun. There it's scatter shot. There we go. Sorry, I was doing some off video there, so I still had a perk card on which shouldn't have been there. I do apologise. So let's start from the top. We've got Travelling Pharmacy, weight of all chems reduced by 9%. We've got Shotgun Champ, +10% damage to crippled targets per projectile your weapon fires. So this will work really well with a Tesla rifle because it's Teslas, so it's spreading out and it's spreading more damage out as you go along. We've got Easy Target, +75% range damage to crippled targets. We're doing to cripple on this build because we're using fractures, and when you cripple with fractures, the 4-star module, you cause an explosive effect, and that's exactly what we want to do with this explosive Tesla build. We've got Bullet Storm, gain 9 damage per 30 ammo spent, nat 10 max stats, lock and load. You keep half your Bullet Storm stats when you reload, +1 reload speed per stat. It is a Tesla rifle, very slow to reload, but we're going to negate that reload on this build, and I'll show you further into luck later. We've got Scatter Shot, 20% of damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs, because we're trying to cause an explosion on the target itself. We want this to work, so we're going to spread the cripple damage. Next, we have Number Cruncher in Perception. Your weapons have 2% increased damage per AP cost. AP is going to be really high, so extra damage there. We've got Torment, and you deal 20% damage per crippled limb your target has. That's great for bosses, SCORCHBEAST, anything like that. We've got Ground and Pounder. Your small guns reload 30% faster and 30% more hip fire accuracy. Really nice for the Tesla rifle there. Your range weapons ignore 40% of arm, and that's Tank Killer. We've got Street Shooter, new card here. Your small guns have 45% better accuracy and spread. Great for the Tesla rifle, great for spreading it, and the accuracy was really nice on there. Grenader, your explosives detonate with twice the radiation. So the explosive effects we're going to be causing on this Tesla rifle, it'll be spreading further and we're causing more damage and destroying mobs like you've never seen before. We've got Endurance ranks 15. We got Life Giver gain more HP per point and endurance. Ironclad Armor provides 25% more protection, doubled if wearing a matching set. Real nice card. I always like to keep Iron Stomach on. Increased damage and energy resistance based on endurance while not disease. True Hider for the food and drink weights are reduced by 9%. Increased elemental resistance based on endurance while not disease. That's natural resistance there. Fascinated for the increased damage, disease resistance based on endurance. Adamantine Skeleton. I've got this one on because the explosive effects in this game do cause self-damage, and you will get crippled on it. But we try and negate that, and we do a lot to negate that on this build. It's really nice that, so we get that gain limb damage reduction based on endurance, so you shouldn't really feel the explosive effect anymore. We've got Hardy, that's also negating the explosive Tesla's power. Take 45% less damage from explosives, and Starch G's will never mutate from Rads, and Rads will never mutate too. We've got Charisma, the inspirational, gain more XP while the team based on your charisma. We've got Stranger Numbers, positive mutations effects have plus 25% stronger teammates are mutated too. And then Tenderizer, great for the Tesla rifle. Each attack makes your target take increased damage. It's really nice, really nice. We've got the intelligence at 13. You got Demolition Exploit, you're supposed to do plus 60% damage. Science, increase energy damage based on your intelligence. Batteries included. Energy weapon weighs 9% less. We got White Knight because the self-inflicting damage of explosives, we're going to try and negate your armor breaks as much as possible. So I put White Knight on. Your armor breaks 60% slower and is cheaper to repair. Scrapper, obtain more components when you scrap weapons and armor. And good with salt food and human will spawn 9% slower. We have Modern Renegade and Agility. Small guns gain plus 30% hip fire accuracy and plus 75 limb damage. We want that limb damage for the explosive effects. We've got Gunslinger Expert, plus 1 range weak spot damage per onslaught stat, plus 3 max stats. Guerrilla Expert, plus 1 reload speed per onslaught stat, plus 3 max stats. Guerrilla Master, plus 5 range damage to close enemies per onslaught stat, plus 5% max stats. Enforcer, you gain your small guns gain a 50% stagger chance and a plus 75% limb damage. So as you can see, we're causing loads of limb damage, which we want limb damage on this build to ricochet out there. The more limb damage we have, the better the explosives. And in luck, we have Ricochet gain a chance to deflect range attacks based on luck. We've got Class 3, the negative effects of your mutation reduced by 75%, and Junk Shield, my favourite, gain resistance based on your luck and amount of junk held. So Junk Shield on, 100 pieces of junk held, damage resistance is on. And Quick Hands, this is how to negate, and you will see this card activate more than once, and it's really nice. So Quick with Hands, gain an 80% chance to instantly reload your clip when it's empty. Notoriously slow gun, but what the Quick Hands does with Bulletstorm, it marries up with Bulletstorm. So when Quick Hands goes into effect and activates, your Bulletstorm never resets, so you're having that maximum damage. So when it doesn't reset, you're not having to worry about using lock and load to get half the Bulletstorm back, and Bulletstorm stays in full effect, so you get that plus 10 stat there. It's really nice card. And Quick Hands and Bulletstorm really marry up well, especially on a Tesla rifle, quad Tesla rifle like we're running today. And as you can see, us going across on the board, it's all about explosives, this build, and it's all about crippling. Because the more we cripple, the more explosive damage we cause. So yeah, really nice perk cards there. I hope you enjoy that. It's will be a real nice build for you. And you know something? A lot of people will end up using this. It is back. The explosive Tesla rifle is actually back this time. So let's get straight into the mutations we run this. We are a mutants build, so we'll be running Adrenal Reaction for the plus 5 damage per kill while on a kill streak. Got Bird Bonus for the plus 4 agility. Like I always say with mutants, there's a lot of the mutations that are not necessary for this build, but I'm running them anyway just so we can have mutants in effect for the extra damage resistance. We've got Eagle Eyes for the plus 50% critical damage. We've got plus 4 perception. Egghead for that plus 6 intelligence for the extra damage there. Just bear with me, saying, look, we check perk cards, science increase, batches included. Yeah, let's go back into the. There we go, electrically charged there for the 25 energy damage to melee attackers, Emp for the plus 6 damage taken, Grounded for the plus energy resistance. Energy weapon gun damage down by 13%, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. We've got healing factor plus 3 health regen, herbivore because we love our veggies on this channel, We've got Herd Mentality, Marsupial for the plus 20% carry weight, plus 300% jump height, really nice. Plaid Water for Poison Aura, not really going to be diseased on this build, so don't worry about it. It's just for the mutants effect. Scaly Skin for the plus 50% energy and damage resistance. Speed Demon for the reload and move speed there. Talons for the bleed damage. Twisted Muscles there for plus 25% melee damage, plus 50% limb damage. So the Twisted Muscles will be really nice to cause limb damage on this build. And we've got the Unstable Isotopes for 10 fire and 80% radiant rads to melee attackers. Real nice there. That is the junk of that right now. Those are my mutations. Hopefully I mentioned all the perk cards there. I feel like I didn't, but I did. I think I might have missed science, but don't worry about that. These are your mutations there on this build. Like I said, a lot of these mutations won't be necessary for you. It's just so it can have mutants in effect. So let's get to the gun of choice today. It is the quad Tesla rifle, but I've called it the quad mobber, and it has the rustic paint on. Obviously, paint doesn't cause any real effect on this weapon. Yeah, it's just for aesthetic reasons. The most important mods on this, we need it to be a quad to start off with. It has a really low ammo capacity without it being quad, and we want that bullet storming effect as well. So we've got quad there, crippling on the second staff, the limb damage. Remember, limb damage is what pushes fractures in, and we've got swift for that 15% reload speed. Fractures, let's talk about fractures. When crippling limbs, they explode and deal up to 50% explosive damage to nearby targets. So like I said, I've got explosive perk cards on, and I've got crippling perk cards on. We are doing everything as one on this build. So the quicker we cripple, the more explosive damage we do. And as you will see as we go along in this build video, you will see the explosive effect this build actually has. It is crazy. And like I said, we're busted the intelligence as high as possible in this, so we're causing more damage with the Tesla rifle because it's a science weapon. So it gets the effects of the science perk card being on there as well. The extra damage because its base damage now is currently 129, but its base damage, trust me, it's ridiculously out there. The most important mod is to have on automatic barrel, and I've got reflect sight on there just in case you need to aim. You shouldn't really. It's got an AP cost of 17, facts accuracy of 56, range 153. We've increased that range with a couple of perk cards there, so it's spreading out. This is the important stuff you need on this build. The most important thing is literally having fractures set up on this. It's real nice. If you have fractures or if you can find fractures in the shop, get yourself a Tesla rifle because this has brought back the explosive Tesla rifle. Let's go into the armor next. Let's repair that before we do our test. Let's go into the armour. Not really much has changed. You know me, I always use civil engineer. I really love civil engineer. If you get civil engineer, get civil engineer. It's a medium armour. It's really nice. It has that bonus effect of 10% chance of 150% fire damage to melee attackers, and weapons break 35% slow because we're using a Tesla rifle. It does break quick, so having this in effect is really nice. Obviously, the first star needs to be mutants for up to 5% damage reduction. It's requiring no mutations. Mine's currently at 5, so I have enough mutations on to kick it in. We have intelligence on the second star on 2 of the pieces of this armor to boost that intelligence and boost the damage of the weapon. And we have active for that max AP. So the more higher AP, the more number cruncher kicks in, causing more damage. So I have active there. But honestly, I would run intelligence across the board, straight across the board on my build, but I don't have that on this one. I only have it on 2 pieces, but I would have 5 intelligence on this, and I have tankies across the board. Tankies giving you plus 200% damage resistance for 10 seconds while standing still. That is completely up to you. I prefer tankies. I always have butt rest, and I always have deep pocketed on for the extra carry weight and for the extra damage resistance with butt rest. I'll show you the rest there. We have powered on here for the action point regen, just in case you are using facts. But like I said, I would move all towards intelligence on this build completely. So that second star should be intelligence across the board. I have limit breaker on for that cost of critical hits down. So you're doing facts with this. Critical hits are down. And there we go, powered again, mutants powered, active tanky. But the second and third star is completely up to you, it's just my preference. But I would have active, so number cruncher does the extra damage. The higher AP, the higher number cruncher damage goes up. And then we have intelligence down on the chest piece there for the extra damage. Honestly, I'd say civil engineer or Brotherhood Recon armor are the best armors in the game. Obviously, Secret Service is still S tier, but the S tier armor to have in this day, Secret Service, still Engineer, and Brotherhood Recon armor. And that is the armor we are running on this build. Obviously, mutants being the important part. Tanky would really help because you will be standing still a lot when you're using this rifle. It shouldn't be much case for you to run around. So it should be really good for you. And yeah, let's get into the testing. Let me show you how this is an explosive Tesla rifle. Let's get straight into it. Obviously, we'll do our boys in green first, of course, so to show you, but we won't be going inside, we'll be doing a grunt hunt and a head hunt, and guess what, we're going to do a SCORCHBEAST as well, so I can show you the effects of that, because someone did ask in the comments to show what my weapons are like on SCORCHBEAST as well. So let's start from the top. Straight down, never stood a chance. Completely cleared like that. No effort required. No effort required. Can you take this to a grunt hunt though? That's our boys in green done now. Let's go to the bounty board. Let's go to the bounty board. I don't think you have enough caps right now to buy a head hunt, but we're going to try and buy one anyway. It's fine. As you see there, we just completely mobbed that room out. And as you can see, when we was crippling, the room was boom, 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 boom. It's really nice weapon. And you take this to an event, you're clearing that event out. You're a nuisance at that event. No one will be happy about that. Obviously, like you know, today there is a patch coming through today. I don't know what is currently being patched, but we'll certainly find out in due course. So I'll let you know if anything changes, but I don't think anything's really going to change on this build right now. Fallout definitely needs a patch right now. It's in a really bad way since the last update. So hopefully we get a decent patch soon. And we'll try and buy a headhunt today for you. I'm not going to be able to. Sadly, I won't be able to buy a headhunt on this one. Have I got a headhunt? No, I don't. Sadly not. Let's do a grunt hunt, see if a grunt hunt works for this. I am cap poor at the moment. So let's try it out in a headhunt, see how well it does in the headhunt, and then we'll go down and try and SCORCHBEAST and see what the cripple effect is like on there. I hope you really enjoy this build. It's going to be real nice, as you can see. Plenty of XP on it, plenty of damage is being caused, and trust me, the explosive Tesla is back. Alright, let's see what it is. Hopefully it's not resilient. I absolutely hate the resilient modification. Really nice weapon to just completely mob a room out on. Look at that. Crazy stuff. And we got a headhunt. How great is that? How lucky are we today? We are going to a headhunt. Let's go to that headhunt. And let's test it out in a headhunt. So obviously it's working really well on a grunt hunt. We'll go see what it's like on a headhunt now. And see if it's got the potential to solo a headhunt. Can we solo a headhunt with this? Let's find out. Pretty much anyone can solo headhunts as long as you've got the right build, as long as you've got the right weapon, to be honest. Let's go in. Let's make sure it's up. And this is without buffs, by the way. We're currently running no buffs, but imagine we were running buffs with this. It'd be crazy. Ooh, that was an Uggo. Ugh, that guy was a real Uggo. Let's see what it's like in a headhunt today. That'll be us done on there. Oh, SCORCHBEAST. We're still going to do SCORCHBEAST. Let's go and see SCORCHBEAST after this headhunt. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I hope you've been enjoying the videos. We just surpassed 1,100 subscribers yesterday. I was literally stood in work cooking and we passed 1,100 subscribers. It's going crazy at the moment. The channel is literally, it's going quicker than I expected. It's just, it's up and up every single day. I can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? I try and stay honest with my build videos. I'm always transparent that I am an end game build runner. But I am working towards helping the newer players. As you can see, look, crazy. Solo, that one, deranged went down. Look at those numbers coming off. Straight down. Of course it's not like the Elders mark. But what? Crazy numbers. That's your solo headhunt done there. Let's see if any of our other friends are out here. Is there anyone else? No, of course not. And look at that. Solo headhunt with this explosive Tesla rifle. Crazy, right? Let's go and see a SCORCHBEAST as our final test. Just, you know, something we need to start doing more testing. And obviously letting people know what we can and cannot do with these builds. Let's get out there. Real nice solo headhunt there with this build. Still really slow loading on this game. I hate the loading screens on this game, you know. Real slow. Let's see what we can do against a SCORCHBEAST. Obviously their range is going to be rubbish, but we're going to try and get her as close as possible. There we go. It'd help her would have reloaded. There you go, she's already started to explode. Nearly fell in the fat then. Radiation man's best friend. Down she comes. Let's, oh, whoop, whoop. Straight down. And yeah, that's it. You know something? How great's that? Explosive Tesla rifle. It's that. Anyone else down there? No? How good is that? And that right there, that's your explosive Tesla rifle. Back in all its glory. Thank you, little Scotch person. And that is your explosive Tesla rifle. I hope you try it out and you test it for yourself. Please let me know in the comments if you will be testing this build out, and if you can, and if you missed the original explosive Tesla rifle, what used to be in the game. Thank you very much for watching this build video. I'll see you at the next one.